There is no denying that Emiliano Martinez is the king of mind games who can help his team win big matches. And in 2021, he made his senior national team debut and went where he had earned the tournament's Golden Glove and kept a clean sheet in the final. And most recently, Martinez ended up winning the 2022 FIFA World Cup of Qatar, where he also earned the tournament's Golden Glove trophy. However, if we end up rewinding the clock back just a few years, his place in the spotlight on football's biggest stage seemed very unlikely. His story. 2008 was the year that Emiliano Martinez started his youth career with Independiente. 2 years later, he ended up going through a tryout with the Arsenal Football Club, and as a result, the Gunners signed him on as a youth contract. When he had first joined the senior squad in 2012, Wojciech Zinski and Lukas Fabiski, who were ranked higher in the squad than he was, made it unlikely that he would probably be seeing any game time at all. Plus, to maintain his development, Martinez had to be loaned out to other clubs, and this was the start of a series of a lot of loan spells with not a lot of game time for the Argentinian. Between 2012 and 2019, Martinez was loaned out to 6 clubs. Oxford United, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Getafe, and Readings are some of the teams that he had to be loaned out to during the course of his Arsenal career. Getafe was the only one of the 6 teams to be playing in the highest division of their national league while Martinez was a member of the team throughout his tenure there. Even by the year 2020, he would have a limited amount of experience playing in the Premier League. Even if it takes years, underdogs will figure out a way to seize the opportunity for success when it does end up presenting itself. And with all the obstacles along the way, Emi Martinez was determined to succeed in the Premier League. His breakthrough. In the unusual 2019-2020 season, which had to be resumed after being postponed due to the pandemic, Emi Martinez was given the opportunity that he had been waiting for. Bernard Leno, a German international and the first-choice goalkeeper for Arsenal, had to be replaced during their match against Brighton and Hove Abington because of an injury. Martinez then came on his first Premier League game in 3 years. This was the start of a huge turnaround for the goalkeeper, and he stayed in the starting 11 for the remainder of the season, helping his team win the FA Cup in 2020. A lot's been sacrificed by his family in order for him to follow his ambition of being able to be an amazing football player. And because of this, when the rest of his Arsenal teammates were celebrating the team's FA Cup through triumph, he was seen sitting on the sidelines of Wembley with his headphones on and having a conversation with his family back home in Argentina. Martinez had been patiently waiting for a chance to play a role in the most crucial games for a very long time, and going into the next season, he even contributed to Arsenal's victory against Liverpool in the penalty shootout, which had decided the Community Shield. Despite his strong performances for the Gunners, it was announced that Bernd Leno would still be starting as their goalkeeper in the 2020-2021 season. And as a result, Emiliano Martinez moved his family to Birmingham and signed with Aston Villa. He did get a great start in his new club and played in each and every single game during his debut season in the West Midlands. He had an outstanding first year at the Villa, contributing to 15 clean sheets in the Premier League. Still this season, the 30-year-old has started all but one of Villa's league's games so far. The one game he didn't start was Villa's 3-0 loss away at Chelsea. The Copa America success. Fans and spectators who follow the Premier League on a regular basis will quickly recognize the brilliance and poise of Emiliano Martinez. The goalkeeper, who has been Argentinian's first choice through the Copa America 2021, has become a hero for his country whenever they saved 3 penalty kicks to be able to send the Albanese to the finale of the Copa America. Nobody with any sense of modesty would even suggest that making 3 saves during a penalty shootout was only a matter of luck. In fact, as a result of the many different factors, it's often a game of chance for the player who is stepping up from 12 yards. However, in order to be as successful as a goalkeeper, preparation is of the utmost importance. The best goalkeepers will spend a significant amount of time in the hours leading up to the knockout games, which results in the trends and patterns of the taker that they will be facing, learning all there is to know about them. For example, Pepe Reina and Diego Alves are two of the finest goalkeepers in the world when it comes to stopping shots from the penalty spot. Whereas David De Gea of Manchester United is famous for not making a save in 40 consecutive shootouts. Martínez has quickly become one of the best goalkeepers in the world on penalties. Analyzing Martínez's mind games. Pierre Jordat, who is a world-known psychologist, has spent the last 5 years of his life watching videos of every penalty shootout in every big international men's tournament, which has taken place over the last 50 years. One of his goals was to be able to learn as much as he could about the complexities of performing well under pressure, and how this knowledge could end up transferring to other areas of society. It was fascinating to read his thoughts on how Martínez handled the pressure and used mind games to his advantage in the 2022 FIFA World Cup penalty shootout in the final. Because Hugo Lloris, who was the French goalkeeper, is team captain, he did have to finish the official coin toss with referees. Martínez used the opportunity to take early ownership of the penalty area, welcoming Lloris with a handshake like a guest as soon as he arrived. In the case of Mbappe, he reciprocated the welcoming move. Martínez's style is to appear warm and loving at first, making folks let their guard down, leaving them more vulnerable to his subsequent assaults. This helps to increase Martínez's chance of succeeding in his mission, and he intends to do harm to his opposition by using their uncertainty as part of his strategy. The beginning of the shootout is recognized by Martínez's interruptions, which might be described as being modest and understated. This is most likely being done in order to familiarize oneself with the referee and to ascertain the location of the line. Before the penalty taker steps up, Martínez makes a request to the referee to be able to see where the ball was placed. The official followed up on his request and thanked him with a thumbs up. Martínez used a little more force than usual on Kingsley Coman, which was prompting the referee to come in and calm the situation down. Once again, he was successful in convincing the referee to check where the ball was located, and he rewarded with a compliant response. Martínez was now fully conscious of the fact that he dominated the penalty area. When it came time for Aurélien Tchouameni, Martínez felt confident in what he was allowed to do inside the penalty area. At first, he didn't even try to hide the fact that he was carrying the ball. He just rolled away with it, like he owned the ball. The Argentinian fans erupted in applause as he took his time with it and waited for the referee and Tchouameni. After that, Martínez then tossed the ball away rather than handing it to his opponent, which forced the other team to go and collect the ball. There was no denying the contempt that was being shown, and there was no reaction or warning from the referee either. When Tchouameni was getting ready to shoot, Martínez flashed a smug smirk at him, and Tchouameni fell under pressure, missing the target. Most goalkeepers rarely celebrate their penalty shootout saves. Martínez is an exception, and he's got psychology research to back up his habits. Big and intense celebrations signal confidence, dominance, and superiority, affecting teammates positively and opponents negatively. Jordat had ended up linking Martínez's mind games to those of the Italian ambassador Nicholas Machiavelli, who was famous for his mind games. He described Martínez's mind games as big, surprising, and calculated. Martínez's performance and strategy might inspire others to follow in his footsteps and to create techniques of their own so as to gain advantages in penalty shootouts. Looking back at his Arsenal days, who would have thought that Emi Martínez would end up playing a vital role in his national team winning the World Cup, and he himself even winning the Golden Glove? Not only did he play well for his national team, his mind games and penalty shootouts have set a new benchmark for goalkeepers in the world of football.